Okay, let me explain why this is happening. I know it says an Iron Man 2 movie review, but before we head to that, I just want to say thank you so much for 10 subscribers. And I'm about to hit 20, so get out there, subscribe, and now let's get into today's video starting now. Hey guys, Cheeky Grayson here, and welcome to the third episode of the Road to Avengers Doomsday. So, as you might already know, the Incredible Hulk was the last one, and so far, the Road to Avengers Doomsday is going very well, actually. With 2 Cheeky Grayson seals of approval with Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk. So let's see if this Cheeky Grayson seal of approval gets the next MCU movie we're going to talk about. And that is Iron Man 2. So anyways, I'm not really a big fan of Iron Man 2 because, there's some stuff I don't really like about it, but there's some stuff that I really like about it. But so now that we're getting to this, the sequel of Iron Man, ever since its release 11 years ago, is this the great sequel, or is it just a bad movie and doesn't deserve the third movie? Let's find out. So for the story, it's kind of plain. It's not really a good story. But that still doesn't mean that it's a bad movie. No. It's okay at best. So, leading up to Iron Man, there's a guy named Ivan who his father died in the opening, and then Iron Man is like being absolutely lazy and not doing anything, and his arc reactor is getting like poisoning over his body. But then we meet War Machine, and then when the hammer industry had like a giant meeting with the hammer drones, then comes Whiplash when he hikes. And then Iron Man and War Machine had to defeat both the hammer drones and the Whiplash. And other characters in this film are like Black Widow, and Nick Fury. The story, it's alright. I mean, it's like getting like to this, and to like that, and this, and to that, and to this, and to that. It's like very confusing. But that still doesn't mean that it's a bad movie. Absolutely not. Just like I said. And it's okay. Seriously. It's just okay, guys. Okay? I mean, it's not the best story I've heard, but it's a lot more better than one of the other Marvel films or other films we're going to review in this channel. That's the story. And now to the CGI. And it's kind of... So, what I'm about to say to the CGI is that it's just the same thing as the first Iron Man. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, like everything about it is just kind of the same. I mean, it still doesn't mean it's a bad movie. But anyways, there's some new stuff about the movie. Where there's like a lot of lighting, like flashing lights. There was a lot of other stuff in this film. I mean, seriously, this is a lot to cover here. I don't even know what to say. But anyways, it is okay at best. But anyways, so the CGI is it's kind of the same thing I'm saying. So you might be like, hey, this is kind of the same thing you're saying that you talked about for the CGI and Iron Man. Well, just like I said, it's kind of the same CGI as Iron Man. Anyways, to the characters, they were more funnier than the other one. First, we got Tony Stark, who, if you might remember, his heart got broken and had to get an arc reactor who powers up and becomes the Iron Man. Then, next we have War Machine, who is a soldier, but then turns into War Machine. But in Iron Man 3 and Iron Patriot, which we'll get to, which we'll talk about in the Iron Man 3 movie review, and my case file on Rhodey. Then we have Black Widow, who works for S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury, the guy for S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, but before we head to the rest, I forgot to say something about the Iron Man movie. Apparently, you can see Nick Fury at the end of the post-credit scene. Anyways, other things we got here is another character we have in this film is we have Pepper Potts, Tony Stark's girlfriend, Ivan, the main villain in the movie, who has a parrot as a pet for some reason, and then he has like a little giant suit that he puts on and to battle Iron Man and War Machine, and other characters like Dummy, Jarvis, a lot of other stuff. And it's just a lot to cover here. Anyways, this movie has it's like, this may be my least favorite movie in the Iron Man franchise. I know that some people say that I think that you might be thinking that it's bad, but it is still alright beyond belief. But anyways, to the conclusion of my review on Iron Man 2. It is okay at best. The story is alright. The CGI is kind of great, which is kind of the same thing as Iron Man. The characters are funnier than the last movie, and it's kind of a little strange. So for the story, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm not sure if this is a great story for a sequel to Iron Man, who almost got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. For the CGI, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's a very interesting touch how they did this. For the characters, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 because I think the parrot's kind of annoying. So anyways, this movie gets a 8.5 out of 10 with the cheeky Grayson seal of approval for Iron Man. This just gets the cheeky Grayson seal of good garbage. A seal on one thing that's bad and the rest is just okay. But anyways, we're done with Iron Man 2. So, but anyways, and that was my review on Iron Man 2 for the road to Avengers Doomsday. And now the next MCU movie will be reviewed very, very soon. And that is Thor! So yeah, stay tuned for my review on Thor.